attackers have located a bomb. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
No, 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 no.
Hey guys, what's up? All jokes aside, today I'm going to give you my strategy guide on how to play Amaru the correct way. When I was researching how to play Amaru, I could not find any videos that gave a full beginning to end strategy on how to utilize Amaru successfully. Yes, there are some good videos done by BikiniBodhi and Gregor, but for me, those videos are more funny than helpful. So if you're looking for a way to get better at Amaru, watch till the end, so you don't get stuck in a bear trap like everyone else. Everyone thinks Amaru is trash, and I'll be the first one to admit I was one of them. But that's actually why Amaru is so great. No one takes her seriously. Let me explain. Amaru is an underdog, and because of that, players don't expect anyone to use her. Most people I play with never reinforce floor hatches, and it makes sense, like why would I waste a reinforcement on a floor hatch on the same level? But we can use that to our advantage. The first thing you should always be doing as Amaru is droning. If you're not droning, you're doing it wrong. The biggest problem I often see is people using Amaru to dash into the building quickly. And while that works sometimes, most of the time it ends like this. Whether it's droning the window or the floor above, droning eliminates your chances of getting clapped while flying through a window. Use your drone to get into the building and use it again to check the hatches. If you drone but then take 5 seconds to move into the position, check again. Always double check if you are unsure. The second tip is to play the objective. If you're playing as Amaru, your biggest contribution to the team, in my opinion, apart from flanking, is to get quick plants. You should always try to get the diffuser when operating her if you can. I always look for spots that are quick and easy to access. Here's an example.
Reloading!
Claymore mine is ready.
Device in position.
Is active, protected at all costs.
Number 3. After droning and getting inside, open up the hatches. To me, this is where Amaru shines, because as we said before, people rarely reinforce the bottom hatches. This mindset of being focused on using objective hatches really helped me to use Amaru successfully.
Activating hell.
Fight in avanti!
Thanks, alright.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
The last thing you need to do after the plant is number 4, play vertically. Use your shotgun to open the floor to protect the diffuser.
Incoming adrenaline boost. Drag!
I'm out! Gun reload!
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly mission successful.
Lighten
going to surprise them.
Down to one friendly. Diffuser is online and active. Four last operator standing. Mission successful. Bomb defused.
If you start the round and you're already in the building within the first 20 seconds to a minute, there's still 2 minutes to plant. Sometimes it's better to just first play as a vertical operator and then plant.
Swapping back. Blinding them.
Flash out.
Lights out.
Finding them. Flashbang out!
Plant.
Diffuser is online and active. Four last operator standing.
Reloading ammo.
Mission successful. Bomb defused.
Questions. What if the enemy team reinforces the hatches? Well, if they do that, then you're very limited with what Amaru can bring in terms of her gadget. So make sure you ask someone to pick Hibana always if they can do that. By doing this, you are ensuring that your value of Amaru has a backup insurance in case that happens. And you might be thinking, well, why would I bother playing as an Amaru if I have to depend on Hibana? And I would make the counter argument that, well, why bother playing as a Thermite then? Because isn't that the same thing in essence almost? Don't we, whenever you're a hard breacher, have to depend on a Thatcher? It's not required, but at the same time, it's something that's very convenient and nice to bring. So I would say, in that case, that would be my counter argument to that. Is there times when I should not use Amaru? Yes. Don't use Amaru on maps like Villa that have very few hatches. So for instance, my favorite map to play Amaru is on the Russian map Cafe, because almost every spot on the map other than Kitchen is accessible for Amaru. Also, another time that you would not want to use Amaru is if you've already won. Now I'm not saying don't play Amaru more than once, I'm just saying is that the more times you win with her or the more times you use her, just keep in mind that the enemy team is going to eventually catch on. What if I lose all my drones? Well, at that point, you can really only rely on flashbang grenades or teammates. Another thing that helps for doors and windows is breaking them with gunfire and using that as bait to move somewhere else.
15 seconds.
On the right.
10 seconds left.
Or waiting 15 seconds or more for the enemy to lose interest in that area.
Airdrop in position.
Another tip that seems so obvious but is overlooked is using an angled grip for the LMG. This is important because Amaru is already punished with a freeze time after landing, so it only makes more sense not to use a vertical grip that adds an even slower ADS time. Side note, I tested this out and to my surprise there wasn't as much of a difference as I was expecting, but as you can see here, while not much, the angle grip does give a slight advantage. so I recommend you still use the angle grip for those moments that could be the difference between a clutch or a loss. Also, for those who don't know, the best way to open up a hatch in one shot is to not stand directly under like I did in most of the clips. You want to be angled. You want to kind of stand there, move back a little bit or move forward slightly, and shoot towards the center. I also have 3 non-solo queue strategies for coordinated teams. The first one is using a gridlock on Coastline and Hookah Lounge. After breaking the balcony door, have Gridlock throw her traps near the hallway door and bar to blockade the enemy. Then have the Amaru operator fly through this window and plant while Gridlock throws her smoke grenades.
Go, go, go.
Bomb diffusion initiated. Protect. Op 4 eliminated. The diffuser is
The second strategy you can do with other teammates whenever you're dropping from a top hatch is to have a Montaigne drop with smoke grenades to cover you. After that, fly back up and help him cover the diffuser. I also had the idea of having a Yang throw her candelas and having Amaru fly up right after, but you would probably need to time it well in order not to get flashed. My final advice is give Amaru time, and don't expect perfect results without some failure. If you work hard and use these strategies and tips, I have no doubt that Amaru will become one of your favorite operators in no time. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more content. If this video wasn't helpful, please leave a comment on what you would have done differently. I'm always trying to improve myself, so all constructive feedback is appreciated if needed. Thanks, and have a good day.
They say Amaru's a piece of crap. Kiss my ass.